What's up, Twitchland? What's up, everybody? It's Friday, February 5th, and we are going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. And our DM tonight is Matakuri, and he's just going to tell us everything else we need to do tonight. So I'll talk to you guys later. See you. Bye.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to session 9 of Empire of the Ghouls. Um Looking forward to a fun session tonight. So let's go ahead and start off with some character introductions. I don't think we've done them for a few weeks. So let's go in reverse order. Tell us a little bit, reverse alphabetical order, and start off with the unnamed. You want to tell us a little bit about the unnamed?
So you are correct. We have not done this in a couple of weeks because we haven't done anything in a couple of weeks.
That is true.
Mhm.
Anxious to get back. The unnamed is a paladin cleric. He was worshiper of Sif, the goddess of speed, and having 6 strength. Never really thought he could fight, but as he's been traveling with his caravan and with this group, he's learned that he's actually a pretty good fighter and really enjoys it, as in really, really enjoys it. So Um, he's shifted his focus, still serves the goddess, but has now devoted himself as a paladin.
All right, great. Next up, Tarian.
So yeah, I'm Tyrion, and so Tyrion left his small village where he lived with some other halflings to try to become a warrior to help protect his people and defend them from people that try to take them as slaves and things like that. And he went to the city and joined up with a group of friends and is getting stronger and pretty excited about that. And he's a pretty happy-go-lucky guy and needs a little work to get himself worked up in battle and get angry. And he likes to tattoo himself with uh, pictures of battles that he's in. And he's just along for the ride.
All right. Quint.
Hey,
Tell us
what's up,
about Quint.
everybody? I'm Drake. I'm playing Quint, who is an elf. He is a shadow fae, not an elf, but a shadow fae, kind of similar. But he is actually from the Shadowfell originally. His parents were advisors to the Krakowian royalty as far as the Shadowfell goes. So he's been here all of his life on the material plane, and he was in Cracovia when the ghouls in the army came in and killed pretty much most of the royal family, and he's not sure what happened to his parents, and he watched his sibling, his brother, get drug away as his brother saved him from getting captured as well. So he escaped, and now he's trying to figure out a way to, help the rebellion, help the Krakowian government to, get back in power or whatever. In the kill the undead. That's pretty much it. So that's Quint.
All right. So next up is Last Call.
Laska is not as deep as all that. He's a irreverent drunk. They found him hung over in a crypt right after their friend died, and he kind of liked the way they started fights. So he started following him around just to see what would happen. And now he's kind of grown attached to him because they've saved his life a few times. So he's just here for the drinks and the laughs.
All right. And last but not least, Blink.
Hey, I'm Veltrex, and I'm playing Blink. Blink is a kobold artificer, and he grew up in the kobold ghetto, and now has met up with this group of people that he's adventuring with, and yeah, is excited to go out and help more little folk like himself.
And I have
All
to
right.
admit that I like his art the best out of all of them. He's so cool.
He's just so cute.
Whoever drew that, I really did a great job. I mean, it's
They
awesome.
really did.
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. I spent a long time looking at pictures of kobolds before I
Yeah,
found
this
this
one's
one.
perfect. I mean, I love finding art and making a character from good art. You know, it
Mm.
inspired the whole character. This picture, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. So last time, 2 weeks ago, it's been a little bit. You guys were summoned by the Clockwork Oracle in the city of Zobek, and you were sent on a quest. You were given the task of finding the holy robes of Sister Adelind, who you learned was a shield maiden of Sif, and who died in the lands of Cracovia. You were directed to try visiting Grisol first, which is one of the dwarven cantons that holds the line between the the undead kingdom of Morgau, the Blood Kingdom. You were directed to visit there first to see if they had any further information on the location of the robes. While you guys were traveling along the roads, it's about a 16-day journey. You ran across a couple of Griffin Knights who attempted to shake you down and got a little bit out of you. Um, and then you ran into some big, ugly goblins riding an ogre howdah. And that is where we left off. You had were just about ready to camp for the evening in the light snow, and we just finished the battle. And I am going to throw after the battle, searching through all of the dead bodies of the goblins and the whatnot. I am going to throw what you find into the party sheet. Most of it is junk, but you may find something you like, maybe not.
Broken breastplates. Broken.
They're
I'm going to
goblins.
go,
I want the scepter.
Full
Can I
scepter.
have the scepter, or did you want the scepter?
I'm going to go
That
up
was the
to
thing the
Last Call.
Nilbog was carrying.
Requires attunement by a
Nice.
goblin.
Oh
I don't
shit!
care.
Yeah. It requires attunement by a goblin. Well, you never know when the polymorph spell comes into play.
Between all of those goblins, we only find 13 teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like Louisiana, you know.
We're up in the mountains.
Now, if there's anything you guys
Yeah, take the
need,
full scepter. And the
if there's
13 teeth.
anything broken that you guys want and you want repaired, Blink does offer to fix anything up. It's basically it costs him half the cost of whatever it would be. So he can fix things up for cheaper than it would be to buy it.
Quint says, never can have too many arrows. Does anyone else need any arrows?
I'm good.
No? Quint's just going to snatch it a whole bunch. Oh, I took one. Duh. Hold the freaking shift button.
Take them one at a time.
I'm going to go up to Last Call.
Or is it
And,
control? It's one of those buttons.
Looks like you dodged
There
you
goes
and
shift.
when you should have weaved. And I'm going to heal him.
Thank you.
Tyrion's just feeling just full of life from all the extra temporary hit points, and he's thinking it might be super fun to like dive off the cliff into a snowbank.
All right.
Like, oh, I've never done this. I've never seen snow before. No, I haven't. But
Give me an acrobatics check.
Can I
Gotta
assist
use
him
the-
with some cool music? Dramatic sound effects?
Nice. Got to use up those temporary hit points, right?
Whoa.
Oh, you do a beautiful dive off right into a snowbank, leave a perfect imprint of a snow angel.
oh, that was really fun, guys. You guys should try it.
How did you get the wings to flutter like that? Looking over her his snow angel.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you guys want to do tonight? Let me know when you're done with the party sheet items, and I'll go ahead and delete them out if there's nothing you want to keep.
I will walk the perimeter of the camp and say a blessing over the camp and over each of my party members. I can make a big deal of it, but I'll guess they pray for rest.
Okay. Is that an ability or just role playing?
Role playing.
Didn't your character say
I'm the
you're a
beatbox
winter
under his
folk
breath.
halfling?
Mhm.
Tarian's character say he's a winter folk halfling? And you never seen
Uh,
snow? What
No, I was
happened?
lying.
Oh.
He was
He
just
just really
joking.
wanted to jump. Any excuse to jump.
I mean, I can see that, I was born
Yeah,
in New
no,
York City, but we
obviously he's
moved to Florida when I was 2, I never seen snow. I never seen no
no,
snow.
obviously he's seen lots of snow. He was just excited.
Uh,
Now, Blink probably doesn't even like the snow like at all. He's used to a warmer climate. So like once we get to where we're gonna like bed down for the night, he casts Thunder Wave and just like blows all the snow out of the way.
Clear it all out.
He's not planning on any encounters during the night, I take it.
I
I don't need
hope
that
not.
spell slot.
No, it's totally worth it.
All right. Well, you have no trouble clearing it out. The thunder wave works great. It does cause all of the nearby trees to dump their snow right on top of you, so it kind of balances out. But you do manage to come up with a comfortable looking campsite, and you all bed down for the evening. Uh, those goblins were the primary danger in this particular area, so you have no trouble getting a long rest. So let me go ahead and push that to you. And in the morning, you guys go ahead and continue on your journey. You head up the final little bit and manage to get over the pass. Um, After you make it over the mountain ridge and you begin descending down into the valley below, um, as you're traveling, you finally come out of the cold. Travel eases up a little bit, and the area you enter seems to be largely made of a hard packed clay, forming a variety of large mounds. The ground is covered in kind of a blankets of grass, lichens, and moss. And it's about, say, 9 or 10 in the morning as you're traveling along the road. And from behind some of the mounds, you hear the sound of two voices. One sounds male, one sounds female, and they're both begging for their lives. They're speaking in common. So let me. You guys are kind of right over here on this
This map is massive.
western wall or western edge of the map.
Actual satellite footage.
I
Right?
think
Is
this
this
map
Google
just pushed
Earth?
me.
I think it's
It pushed
Google
me
Earth.
over my data cap for the month.
Uh-oh.
I hope I don't have a data cap. I have unlimited. Unlimited.
A lot of them turned off data caps for during COVID, but now they're wanting to put them back in and annoy everybody.
Oh.
All right, so you see a bunch of the area there. There's kind of moss, lichen, a little bit of very scrubbly grass all over this hard packed hard-packed earth. And the sounds seem to be coming kind of from this direction, somewhere behind those mounds.
You said it sounded like a female?
It sounds like both a male and female voice, and basically they're begging for their lives. Please don't kill us! Oh, no. Dear God, don't hurt my wife. Type of things.
This looks
Can
like
I
the
make?
tallest area here.
This mound right here is the tallest, and yeah.
Yeah, Tyrion would like to start running towards the sound.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to turn off token lock for now.
Yeah, and I want to shout out a noise like the ogre, the Howdah ogre that I overheard using my mimicry ability.
All
Make
right.
it sound like he's coming running up on him, whoever it is, hopefully to interrupt the whatever.
Thug, 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 thug.
What time of day is it, John?
It's about 10 in the morning.
Oh shit.
So I probably the sunlight probably affects me in ways that are not necessarily beneficial.
Wait, where's Blink?
Probably, yeah. It's very lightly cloudy day. The storm that you were in last night kind of blew over. So yeah, it's fairly bright out.
Yeah, that's not good. Because Blink and Quint are both hating life because I have sunlight sensitivity too. So we're looking for the shady spot. So it's 10 in the morning. So the backside of this hill's probably a little shady. So yeah, I think I'm heading like over this way.
They're not hills. They're like maybe 15 feet high mounds.
That's enough to give shade if the sun's coming in this direction.
Yeah, 10 a.m. There's some shade. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of
Maybe
shade.
a little bit.
I'll lay prone if I have to.
All right, so Tyrion, you get to there. The rest of you are kind of where you're at.
Yeah, I want to keep Tyrion in view because I'm trying to help with that ogre noise, but I don't want them to see me making the ogre noise. You know what I mean? So.
All right, so I'm gonna lock the tokens there and have everybody roll for initiative. Unnamed, give me a perception check, please. Okay, that was good. While you scamper up onto the top of this mound, it's not super easy. It's it's hard packed earth, but it's kind of rough to climb on. And when you get up to the top there, one of the first things you notice is that in the dirt, kind of fairly well hidden, you see what looks like pieces of a skeleton. There's some bones that are there in the dirt.
Does it
And
look like just a couple skeletons or enough to be a full, complete skeleton?
you can't see all of the bones. Like it's not a full body laid out. It's just but you do see several bones. Like a skeleton was here, a full skeleton was here at some point in the past. You don't know if it's all more underneath the earth or scavenged and gone.
Does it look like anyone we know?
I think his name was Dick Pick. Yeah.
How did his bones get here?
Them bones, them.
So we're gonna jump into initiative and Blink.
All right, Blink doesn't know. He can't see what's going on up there, so he's gonna move up a little bit, but he is going to be doing it stealthily and try to basically take the hide action.
Okay. And did you leave your cannon behind, or is it there, or?
So my cannon is not summoned because it only lasts
Okay.
an hour.
Gotcha.
So it's not actually there yet. So do you want a
It's hidden.
stealth check from me?
What's
there,
that?
John? Would you like a stealth check?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, you're plenty stealthy.
So I'm done.
Okie doke. So, give me 1 second. I gotta figure out where this thing is. Okay. All right. Quint, give me a perception check, please.
Nice. So Quint's got like his hoodie all down, and he's like leaning forward, and he's trying not to look around too much. And you want him to roll a perception check. Okay. Perception. Or at least I have a double proficiency in it, so it may help with the disadvantage. No. No.
All right. So you do not see anything.
He's like bumbling. Why does it have to be sunny out?
All right. Okay, there we go. And unnamed, as you're standing there, you see a skeletal arm reach out of the ground. Those bones that you saw, you see an arm reach out, and it has a short sword in its arm, and it tries to stab you in the leg. As there is a now, it
Man,
is prone.
if it
That's a
wasn't
really good
sunny
name
out,
for
I
it.
was gonna go up there. I've got the high
Let me
ground.
apply prone to it. But it does attempt to stab you in the leg. So get some music going. And because it has it's prone, it has its disadvantage. It tries to sweep up with his short sword, and you just get your shield down quick enough, and it skitters across the edge of your shield, and you manage to avoid getting hit. Tarion, you hear this jump, startle of surprise as the unnamed up on top of that hill, that little mound. You see something scrape across his shield.
All right. So since I see that, this isn't like slowing me down to come up here. It's since it's not really.
Climbing on any of the mounds is difficult terrain.
Okay. Okay. So I can still get up there.
Yes.
And I see this skeleton. I go, ugh. I should probably be angry about this, but I'm still feeling kind of just chill. But so I'm just gonna try to go after it with my battle axe.
With advantage, because he's still prone.
Oh, right.
You smash him with your axe. Nice. Max damage.
And I'm gonna go, oh, that was crazy.
Smashed out right on his rib cage that's slightly exposed now in the dirt. You're not sure that it actually has legs. You can't see any legs just yet on the skeleton there on the ground. Quint?
Well, Clint, he's gonna try to, as inconspicuous as he can, he wants to dart over here behind this rock and end up there, and he wants to hide
Okay.
as a bonus action. And then for his action, he's gonna dodge.
Give me a stealth check.
That's one of those
For the
skills,
hide?
right? Can't hide
think
in
so.
the daylight. I hate this. Stealth. Hey, I don't have disadvantage on it. There you
Okay.
go. And then I'll apply the dodge to myself. And I'm done.
Has anybody seen the source of the screams yet, or no?
No.
None of you have seen anything that looks like it might have given off those sounds.
Okay, I'm gonna keep making my troll noises and say, "Don't kill my meat. I want to eat it alive." Do I see anything from there? No.
Give me a perception check. No, you don't see anything.
All right, I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
And I'll make it sound like he stubbed his toe, the troll. Stop for a second.
All right. Now, however, you do see something moving to the south of you. As you see a skeletal horse stand up that had been laying down. And
Does anybody have any
is-
skeletal apples?
there is a skeleton laying on top of it as the horse trots. Let's see. Over to here. And on top of that horse you do see a skeleton riding on top of that horse. Now, this skeleton looks a little different from the other skeletons. In fact, there seems to be this dark glowing stuff emanating from the skeleton. It's like this dark necrotic energy seeping out. And this guy targets Last Caw and lifts up his fingers and kind of points it at you, and something comes flying out of his fingers. And because you took the dodge action, it totally misses you.
Nanny, nanny, boo, boo.
And then it actually opens its mouth, and you hear the sound of a woman crying for help, followed by laughter.
Oh, that's a good one, man. You got me. That's normally my thing.
Oh man, you guys should hang out.
I challenge you to a drinking contest.
All right. And another skeleton pops up over on this hill. And he stands up and pulls out a short bow and takes a shot at Blink, who's also dodging. But
Didn't
not
help him.
quite enough.
No, apparently not.
We got too much gear. He's like, what?
As he pegs you in the shoulder, spins you around a little bit. And Quint, while you are tucked there behind that, you see another one pop up, and he's looking right at you because you were trying to hide right in front of him. Up
He
here in the
mistook him
north.
for a spherical boulder.
Yeah, he looked.
Oh.
He's very. He was a fat skeleton. You can tell he was very fat in life.
I mean,
Skeletons
do I-
around.
Do I even notice him? I mean, like,
You'll notice the arrow as it whizzes by you,
right, yeah.
and
Nice, yeah.
you dodge, so it misses you. Oh wait, what is that? Green aura.
That is the
Just
new.
waiting for my turn.
Oh, okay.
It's just a threat.
I
a
was
threat.
next. 4 skeletons to go.
Well, another one stands up over on this other hill.
He's very mishapped, though.
Yeah, he is really badly messed up. Like he's got 3 arms on one side and a little half an arm on the other side and like half a leg. But he pulls out a little weird looking short bow and he takes a shot at the unnamed over on the other hilltop. Ooh. As he nails the unnamed right in the back, trying to hit that other skeleton. 13 damage. Ouch. So now you can go.
All right, so this ability, I've yet to see a purpose for it, but I have it, so I'm going to try it. So I'm going to focus for a moment, say a quick prayer, and reach my aura out around me, and my senses go out, and I can sense. Oh, I'm in combat mode, so give me just a second, and I'll share it. So I know the exact location of Celestials, Fiends, and Undead within 60 feet of me that are not behind cover. I don't know if being buried counts or not, but do I see any other besides the 3?
You do not. You are aware of all of the ones that are within that radius.
All right, and that is an action, so I am finished. Once again, still looking for use for that.
Yeah, the clerics I played, it's not been super useful. I did use it in Curse of Strahd. We detected the fiend.
There is lots of evil in that campaign.
Yeah, I'm surprised that one you try and use it, and it doesn't just like overwhelm you, like everything blows your mind. All right, and then this one is going to make a stealth check.
sounds like lobster night at the local ale house.
Right?
Or king crab claws or something. Crab night.
And last call, you see another one coming out from just behind that that last mound, and he seems to be heading your way.
I like that his chuckle is both reasonable and ridiculous.
That is good. I don't know how do you do a reasonable, ridiculous chuckle? It's like a well mimicked one.
All right, well, my god smiled upon me, knowing that I wasted my last round. So I'm going to slash out with my hook against this creature as it comes climbing up out of the ground.
All right. So as you swing down with your hook, you actually catch the edge of its skull and rip it off as it flies off. And with it, you see more of the skeleton is exposed, and you notice that there's nothing from the hips down. It had no legs.
And then I'm going to carefully move down.
Okay.
All right, I'm also gonna move down since the skeleton I was fighting before has died. And I see this skeleton in the distance, and I don't really like the look of him. And even his aura just kind of is making me angry. I'm gonna start to rage. While I was running down the hill, I was kind of smacking myself in the face to get myself angry. And I am gonna throw my javelin at the skeleton over here. What's the name of that one riding the horse? I can't really see with this.
Shadow skeleton.
Okay, I can only see the horse.
Oh, let me pop him out. There. Technically, he's on top, but put him to the side.
It's like long range.
It's a little too far away and doesn't really dodge. It actually just kind of goes right through his rib cage. Doesn't actually hit anything.
Honestly, I'm surprised I even got that close.
Lets out his laugh again.
All right. I am going to offer to share that drink with him now by trying to hit him with Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. I like that. Oh, I saw the 20. I saw it. It was right there. It was like, yeah, too.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use Healing Word on the Unnamed, because he's helped me out.
All
Yeah,
right.
that arrow or was it the short sword that got him?
Yeah, got him really good.
And then I'm going to give him a little bit of a mixed message by stepping behind him, and I'll end my turn.
Hey, let me give you some more hit points. Movable shield person, you.
Push you up front.
Meat shield.
All right. This guy walks up, so he's at the top of the hill, and He's going to continue to shoot at Blink, who is still dodging, and therefore he misses. The arrow goes whizzing by and thunks into the dirt right near Laskaw.
Quint's
The
like,
spherical one kind of starts rolling towards you, Quint.
like, like, like rolling or
Because he's spherical. He's a ball of bones.
his little hands are flapping.
And
Pulls out
as
his
he
bow
gets a little
again.
closer, he takes a shot at you with his short bow. You're still hiding, so he misses
I'm still
again.
dodging.
Still dodging, yeah.
Like, ha, ha. I'm like standing in bright ass light. Oh, you could hit me.
And so this skeleton horse comes up to there on his turn. Actually, he's going to come a little bit further to there. He's, of course, on top of... Blink.
All right. I'm going to move to there, and I will summon, pull out, and activate my cannon. And put it right there. Yep. All right. And then as a bonus action, I will activate it and give out some temporary hit points.
Meanwhile, Quint's a football field away.
Yeah, sorry, Quint.
Yeah. Quint's like, he looks back and there's no one around. He's like, what the hell? What the hell, Bobby?
All right. So this shadow skeleton sees you summon that cannon, and he points his fingers at you. Blink. He doesn't like that thing being there. He can feel the positive energy from those temp hit points you dished out, and something comes flying out of his fingers and hits you.
I would like to use my reaction and use shield.
Okay. So let's... All right. With shield, it blocks the effect as this kind of... you're not really quite sure what it is. It looks like a piece of his finger came off and is surrounded by this dark necrotic aura as it bounces off you and misses you. But you can tell that there was something to that missile that was more than just like an arrow or a dart. All right. And Quint, your dodge is going to save you one more time, probably, as this one that had been stealthily sneaking by pops up and tries to take a shot at you. Again, missing.
I don't know if a 14 would have hit, but I don't think so.
It would have been a 14 plus 4, 18.
Yeah, that would hit. Dodge for the win.
Dodge is very helpful. And this one decides to come running up can't quite make it. So he's just going to come up to there. And he's going to use his short bow and shoot at Tarion. Point blank, and he misses. Again, hitting the ground right at Last Cause feet. It's like everything seems to go right past him and nail him right at his feet.
Clint doesn't want to be where he's at. He's like wide in the wide open, like in the middle of nowhere in the wide open. So he's going to. I'm gonna do some movement first. So don't move me until I'm done.
Okay. As Rob likes to say, janky movement.
Yeah, janky movement. Let's see. So 60 would take me to there. You know what? I'm gonna. Can I get to there? With a dash.
Is your
Another dash.
move 40?
My move is 30.
Oh, a bonus?
Yeah, using a bonus action to get me kind of behind that hill a little bit.
Sure.
I'm going to take my whole action to do that. He's like,
all right.
There's more on the other side of the hill when he comes running around the corner.
It's an ambush.
Splitting the party up. It's probably not a good. And he gets me on this rock as much cover as he can get. And that's his turn.
All right. This misshapen one, he sees you running and decides he wants to try and take a shot at you. You don't have any cover from his line of sight.
And I can kind of envision it as I'm running by. He shoots at me.
He's like taking bead.
Yeah. He's like, Kentucky windage. And I have no dodge on me, so. Oh, but I do.
You were fast enough.
Yeah.
Your double dash that you did. He wasn't quite able to account for
I'm sure he's kind of
motion.
wispy too in the daylight, like a vampire would sparkle. He kind of wisps.
But this one is a normal skeleton. There's only the one skeleton that has the weird necrotic energy. The one riding the warhorse.
Yeah, he's really bad at physics.
All right. Speaking of the shadow skeleton, he is going to try who next? The unnamed. One of these days,
so
his
he can
fingers
see
are going to work.
Last Call and I behind the wall.
Actually, no. He doesn't have a good line of sight on you. He would have some minuses. So he's going to go for Tarion instead. All right. He does have a good line of sight on Tarion. So he's going to shoot out his little finger darts at you. And hits you. Not going to do anything to avoid it. So as this little finger of his hits you, it kind of burrows into you. You feel it pierce you, and then this spread of necrotic damage. But because of those temporary hit points which you had, you don't actually take any damage. However, you do have to make a Constitution saving throw, which you failed. So as you're hit by this finger, this shadowy aura starts to surround your body, and you are covered in this shadowy aura. You don't know what it does yet.
Does it make them lie? Because I need some of that.
No, unless you're within like 3 inches of Tarion.
No, I mean if they casted it on me, I'll take it. I don't know yet.
Eldritch Cannon goes on your turn, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna viciously mock the shadow skeleton for riding the horse when he obviously had a friend with no legs who could have used it more.
Right?
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah, I mean, throw the guy a bone, jeez.
And then I'm gonna keep trying to keep my friends between me and danger. And my turn.
Okay. All right, spherical skeleton starts trying to catch up with Quint.
Good luck.
Yeah. He gets to there. And Tyrion.
All right, I'm gonna go after this guy closer to me. Might try to get around him a little just to try to get out of sight of the shadow skeleton too. And I'm gonna go after him with my battle axe. Because his like reasonable but also ridiculous chuckle just really gets to me. It's
9 points, nice.
Oh, nice.
nice. All right, and that's it for
Smash through.
me.
Yeah, well, Clint sees this guy up on the hill, sees the other guy up on the hill, thinks that Tyrion probably has that skeleton under control. Can't see this guy, right? He's down over there, or is he up in the air?
He is kind of behind the mound.
Yeah, so I'd have to move up to see him. And I don't even
Yeah.
know he went over there. Did I see him before I came around?
While you were moving, you may have noticed him when you
Yeah.
passed from where you were hiding before.
I probably haven't got a good look. So I think I'm just going to take a pop shot at round shouldered up there on the high ground. I already got that applied, so I just need to roll to hit with my bow. Twang! Disadvantage because of sunlight. Oh, look, a fumble. Nice. I'm like,
But no fumble table.
yeah, I'm like, I put the arrow in and I pull it and I look down, and as soon as I let go, I realize I have the arrow in backwards and it just goes thoop onto the ground. I pick up my arrow. Oh, I can move though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Ha ha! Hi, Cannon. How are you? I'm done.
All right. This guy comes running to here. And round shoulder. He's going to return fire on Quint.
Ouch.
As he hits Quint, trying to hide behind his friends.
I was trying to use Blink's shield. I don't know. Did it work?
The cannon was a little too small to hide by.
Oh, cool. I only took 3 like whips by
But
my
he
shoulder.
does minimal damage.
All right, the cannon will move over to there. And then aim its goop shoot at my friends and shoot some stuff at them. A little bit of healing there. And then Blink, he's going to have disadvantage if he attacks anybody except the guy next to Tyrion. So he's going to run up next to that guy and use his blindsider kobold ability to get advantage and cancel out the disadvantage, and then try to shocking grasp that guy.
Okay.
He tries to grab a hold of his leg. Nice. He's probably got like 2
Grab
hit
onto his
points.
bone.
How many hit points has he got? 2? Oh, more than. Oh, he only had
Yeah.
1.
Must have had feelings.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. 1 hit point, 1 point does it.
That was great.
Perfect.
So yeah, I just reach out and as he's like engaged with Tyrion, grab his leg and like pull it out from underneath him and shock him as he's falling to the ground.
Does he give it a little cobalt little hump like? Brrr?
So, seeing as how I've used this before, would I be able to use this to try to get the shadow skeleton to move off the horse?
Make the horse buck.
We use its reaction to move 5 feet, so dismount. It's not dangerous.
Yeah, I'm just reading it. Give me a second. You can certainly try.
Always a good sign when the DM tells you you can try.
Try. You think it might work?
Are you sure you want to do that? So yes, my speed is 35. Am I able to get up to here, and then
Yeah, sure,
and
that's fine.
from there, can I see him?
Yes. You could even see him from one further south, but that's fine. However, he does stay on his horse.
All right, so that is an action, so that is going to actually move back.
Okay. So this warhorse skeleton now actually comes running down here, right next to Tyrion, and attempts to kick Tyrion, but misses. And this shadow skeleton that is riding swings down with a scimitar and also makes an attack on Tyrion.
Isn't that special?
This one, however, hits, and when his scimitar hits you, you see this flare of necrotic energy come from its sword, and it kind of draws his sword into you, this aura that's surrounding you. And so it
Probably fine.
slashes at you for 12 damage, which you absorb some.
Ouch.
As you feel this necrotic energy surge through you, that some kind of weird connection between this skeleton hitting you and this aura that's surrounding you. Mr. Misshapen is gonna come over to here, and he can't really see Quint, but he has a good bead on the unnamed, so he's gonna take a shot at the unnamed as it goes whizzing by, and for some reason also lands at the feet of Lascaux. though he was nowhere near.
I'm gonna sell all of these arrows to Quinn.
Round 4. Ding.
All right, I'm getting a little dizzy from being first and last and first and last.
You know, John, I thought I had hit my barbarian rage, but it looks like I never did. I don't know what I was doing. So I'm going to just hit it now.
Okay.
It took him a while to get mad.
It
He's in
didn't
such a good
apply.
mood
You're
today.
hitting the. I don't think you're hitting the right button.
Oh, I'm
There should
not.
be an effect button
Oops.
to apply.
There, I
There
got
you
it
go.
now. I growled twice just to make it really sink in.
Well, the first one, you had to practice. You had to practice growling.
Practice rage.
I really had to work up to it.
All right, so I'm going to run up and I'm going to touch Tyrion. So this is something he's felt before. He now has the Kobold's Fury. There's a little bit of blink in him. And so until the end of your next turn, any weapon that you hit will do an additional 2d8 damage.
Nice, thank you.
All right, Quint is going to move over, drag my whole map. He is going to move over here. Kind of, I guess 20, 25 there. Kind of, no, I think he wants to be one back, so he'll go to there. He can, and
Okay.
as he's moving up, he's going to take a shot at Shadow Skeleton up on the horse there. And he's going to, like, shoot right by his face, but intentionally miss him to distract him.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, he's gonna hide. And then I pass my turn. So I'll roll that in a tower for you. Let me get a second.
It's like, where are you trying to hide?
Well, he's down below. I'm trying to hide from Prideful Laughter and Spherical. You know, those guys on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, they can't see you. The hill's like 15 feet high.
Well, if they go running up, I will be hidden.
Okay. I'm just
Sort of.
trying to imagine where you would be hiding hard-packed clay earth with a little bit of moss
Even if
on
they
the
got
top.
to the top, I'm standing there.
Yeah.
He grabs a little patch of moss and puts it on his head.
I have a bonus action. I might as well use it.
It's like those old cartoons where somebody holds just like one thing in front of their face.
I look like a shadow. I don't know.
I
Double
messed
clicked.
that up. Tyrion.
All right, I am gonna go after Shadow Skeleton.
You have advantage.
Yes, I think I have double advantage.
It's automatic.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit though.
Go hit.
Hey, at least I hit with my not great rolls.
He's too skinny to wear armor, so.
Oh, my extra 2 ones.
And partially resisted as well.
Even with my magic battle axe.
Yep. These bones.
Ooh.
Them bones.
All right.
Bones them.
That's all I got.
All right, I'm going to. They seem to have that guy handled, so I'm going to try to hit round-shouldered skeleton because he's exactly 60 feet away with an Eldritch Blast, and I'm tired of missing, so I'm going to use my inspiration for advantage.
Okay. Yeah, don't forget you all start off with one inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
All right, he dodges out of the way of this blast. He sticks his face in it to try and get a drink, but misses. All right, Mr. Misshapen. He doesn't like the angle that he's got, so he's gonna come down. To there. And from there, he's going to take a shot at Last Caw. And this one also lands right at the feet of Last Caw.
Pick those up.
Am I wearing my
Mighty.
aeromagnet boots?
Yeah, definitely.
How was my stealth? Was it good?
Yes, it
Oh,
was
so
good.
I won't yell that out then. Bleak.
All right. Yeah, the cannon will move up and dole out some temporary hit points.
Come on, 8. 6. We'll take it.
As a bonus action. All right, and then Blink is going to move around a little bit to actually he could probably go back one.
Remember, the skeleton is on the horse.
Right, that's fine.
Right.
So right there. And what I would like to do is I want to cast Thunderwave, but I want to angle it down so that it only hits the horse and then blasts the horse backwards, and the skeleton is left standing like in midair with no horse underneath him.
It'd be cool if his legs went, but that would be totally.
I don't
Too
know
much
how that's going to
damage.
work, John. I'll let you rule on
I'm
that.
going to have him make a either an animal handling or an acrobatics check. Probably an acrobatics check to see if he stays on the horse or not.
All right, sounds good. Let's see what happens.
All right, he fails.
So he is pushed back, is it 10 feet, I think? Yeah. The horse is pushed 10 feet.
All right, so the horse is pushed 10 feet back. Let's put him in a square. And the skeleton drops to the ground there. So you've knocked the horse out right from underneath him.
Is he prone or anything, or does he land on his feet?
Yeah, he would have landed prone. He rolled really bad on his acrobatics check.
Nice.
So yeah, on his head.
And Blink's gonna move back because he doesn't want to be up near any of these guys.
I think it would be a good time for Last Call to laugh, like that ridiculous skeleton laugh, right? Mimicking.
The Nelson.
Ha ha!
Ha ha. So this guy sees that, and he comes running. Come on. He gets all the way up to there, pulling out his scimitar or short sword as he runs. That was his action. So the warhorse comes over to there and attempts to kick the unnamed with his hooves and misses. While the shadow skeleton stands up, so we'll remove prone. And jumps back on the horse. So he's back up on his horse.
All right, that wasn't very useful.
It was useful because he had to use his action to get back up on his horse. So he doesn't get an attack this round.
Yeah, I'd say that's worth it.
This one comes running around and again lands near Last Caw. This one is gonna climb up to here. And the only person he can really see is Blink. So he's gonna take a shot at Blink. And he's gonna have a -2 because he's not quite over the crest of that. He's gonna take a shot at you, Blink. And miss.
What kind of weapon is the scepter? Can I just use it as a weapon? I know that I'd have to attune for it with this for the spells, but
The
fool
It's-
scepter.
It's kind of like a club, I think it's based off of.
So I'd be able to use it as a simple weapon.
Yeah, it's a simple melee weapon.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna try to hit the spherical one because that'd be funniest.
Like a croquet pen or something? Like,
Make him roll away.
Oh, how did I miss a giant sphere?
that rolled all the way off the table on my screen.
All right, I'm gonna go after this shadow skeleton. Do I need to move anywhere to have a good melee attack on him?
No.
Okay.
He's basically taking up the same square as the warhorse.
Yeah.
If you're within the warhorse's range, you can attack it.
Okay. I'm gonna roar at him and, also stick out my tongue.
Okay. He responds laughing in the sound of a man's voice crying for help, and then following by laughter.
Well, Quint's gonna take a shot at the spherical one too. He's like, it needs to stop following me. He rolled all the way around the corner, and he's squinting his eyes, and got his hoodie down, and hits.
Hits.
Unfortunately, I don't get sneak attack.
Don't you if it's near a
I have
ally?
disadvantage. I have disadvantage.
Oh, right.
But I'll do 9 points of damage to him. And I'm gonna bonus action hide. Just kidding. I'm done.
All right. So this one comes running over and comes down the hill right at Quint and reaches out with his short sword, tries to stab you in the back.
Sliding down the hill. Ouch.
And manages to hit you,
I'm like
slicing through your cloak and doing no damage because of your temp hit points.
I really like that cannon.
Why do you think I ran all the way back? If you stay near that cannon, you're pretty much invincible.
John's like, oh, so you think?
At this level and the cannon stays active, yeah. I mean, these things aren't doing more than 10 points of damage, so.
So
Careful.
his,
If we
from
keep
what I've
talking,
seen,
we keep talking about it though, John's gonna figure out a way to, I don't know, murder it or something.
does Tyrion use Dex to attack, or does he use Strength?
A battle axe.
Yeah, it's strength.
All right, so I'm going to slash out at this skeleton. Get this guy out of the way.
Nice crit.
Ooh, nice.
Yay. Let's see you do some max damage.
Is there an effect?
No, he
I
doesn't
don't
use
do
a table.
effects. I don't do tables for either crits or fumbles. You just do a lot extra
Ooh.
damage when you do a crit, because the first die is always maximized.
12 points.
Again, you notice that he seems to be resisting some of this. All right, this warhorse skeleton shifts down a little bit and kicks at Tyrion. And hits him for 11 points of damage, taking away all of his temp hit. No, didn't take away all of his temp hit points.
No, because, well, he resisted it, right?
Oh,
He's
right.
raging.
Should have been
Yeah.
resisting it earlier, but I didn't hit the button, even though I said I was going to.
All right, Blink.
All right, bonus action. Blink will activate the cannon and give out some more temporary hit points. Top off a couple people, and then he's gonna move up to there. And with Blindsider, he's going to use his Clockwork Bolt cantrip and take a shot at the skeleton right next to him.
Roly poly. Oh, I still hit. I was like 77.
You had, yeah, the advantage and the disadvantage for ranged and melee.
Yep, exactly. And so, yeah, he's dead, so I don't have to worry about what the cantrip does. All right. I guess I'm going to move back a little bit. Because I can. And then I'm done.
All right. Shadow Skeleton is going to continue to attack Tyrion with his scimitar. One attack misses, the other attack, dang, misses. As you see this necrotic energy on his scimitar just whiffs by you both times, you're thinking it might be really bad if it hits. Right, this guy, he's going to attempt to stab Lascaw. What the heck? Oh, it hit Quint. He wasn't supposed to be targeting Quint. But he missed Lascaw, so.
Was flailing wildly. Ah.
Very misshapen, runs up, and he's also targeting Lascaw and tries to stab you with his short sword. And completely misses you as well.
I think they're just pretending to fight, guys. It's just a game.
Yeah, Quint's gonna drop his bow and draw out his short sword and try to stab the guy in front of him. And misses. And then he's gonna disengage and move here.
Okay.
Keep that thing going, he says. I've got your back. And he's done.
All right. He'll activate the cannon to try to top off these temporary hit points that some of us have.
It'd be kind of crappy if it lowered. Like, dope.
Random.
And then he'll move up to here. Yeah, he's gonna use Clockwork Bolt against this skeleton.
He ducks out of the way. He doesn't like that, so he is going to return fire to you, except he's going to be using his short sword as he swings at you.
Bang, bang,
Misses
bang.
you.
All right, I'm gonna keep going after the shadow skeleton. Let's see if I can get him with my battle axe. All right.
All right. You swing at him, damage him a little bit. As this guy comes running up to the unnamed
Crap.
and tries to stab at him with his short sword and completely misses. These guys roll for shit, man.
Well, we haven't been rolling much better.
Completely misses you. But it's your turn.
All right, so he's going to go ahead and attempt raise up his 1, 2. Yep, it did. 1, 2, 3. Yep, everybody's targeted. He's going to raise up a shield. Be gone.
Whoa.
If you hit them, they will stop running.
Did you get them all?
It didn't. It shouldn't have applied to all because prideful
Round-shouldered
laughter.
and prideful laughter should have saved. Yeah, they didn't. It's
Yeah,
not
Oh,
on.
the
the
turned effect was applied to them.
Round-shouldered was, yeah.
Okay.
Nice work.
So, round-shouldered didn't get turned, so I'm going to try to hit him with the... Would I know who got turned? Okay.
Not until their turn. Then you'll see them behave differently.
Okay. I'm going to hit him with the Fool's Scepter, or try to. Oh, nice. My new favorite weapon has bells on it.
New personal best. Jingling, ling, ling, ling.
All right, so this guy is turned. So he is going to spend his turn moving away as fast as he can. So that brings up the question: does he does he jump off his horse to run?
The horse's turn too, isn't he?
Yeah. Otherwise, he just has to wait for the horse's turn.
He just spurs
But
it on.
Yeah, he's basically trying to tell the horse to hurry up.
I mean, unless he's
Alright,
really
and this one-
scared.
This one is going to turn and run. So Lascaw, you can take an attack of opportunity if you would like.
No. He's got enough going for him. He's misshapen. It's fine.
Be able to get to there. And then Warhorse Skeleton. All right, so when this Warhorse Skeleton, he is turned and he rears back, and you see this shadowy skeleton up on there, and he's kind of flailing back and forth, and you see some small object fall out of its skull and fall to the ground as the Warhorse just takes off. Now, are either of you guys going to make an attack of opportunity?
No. I want it to
Okay.
run away.
All right, this thing just takes off, and let's see.
Do we all see this thing fall?
Yes.
All right. Blink says, "Oh, that's mine. I left it in his skull the other day."
I saw him do it.
As
You
they
loaned him
run
your
off.
brain? I didn't know you could loan your brain out.
And that thing has a movement speed of 60, and he's using his dash action to book it.
Are they gone forever?
Yeah, they're gone from the combat tracker.
Go up there and try to hit this guy with the scepter. I don't even use my bard abilities anymore. Just hit people with the scepter. Ugh,
Apparently not.
or not.
All right. Can I, as I'm moving, do I see anything more about this thing that fell?
It looks kind of odd. It's kind of like a box. It's small, obviously the size to fit inside of a skull, but there's this small kind of box, and it has this strange, like brightly colored exterior. Are you gonna stop and examine it, or
No, because we're fighting, so I'm gonna go after this skeleton.
okay?
It's a phylactery. Just I'm calling it now. It's a phylactery. That was a lich. We killed a lich. You turned a lich.
And unless you're gonna stop very misshapen, I think with that we are out of combat.
At least for the moment.
Nice.
And that's
For
probably
the
a good
moment,
spot to take a break. It's 9:30 on the East Coast.
1 second. We'll
Sure.
take a look at the box first, and then we'll go to break.
Okay.
So just to clarify, did it come from the horse's skull or the skeleton
Shadow.
skull?
Skeleton skull.
And we all saw Blink put it in there earlier, so it's his.
All right,
That's
so you can take a little better look at the box now. It looks like a small little box. It has a little brightly colored. It's almost like wrapping paper around it, and then a little lid at the top.
Quint's gonna. I'll take a look and see if I can find any traps on it.
I'm gonna back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may want to back up and.
Go ahead
I'm going to get a
and
better
give
viewing
me a
position on top of the mount.
investigation check.
Yes, I'm going to watch the retreating skeletal horse for as long as I can.
It's pretty bright
It's
out here, so I'm not
pretty
sure
quick.
how well I can. I can do this, but I don't have disadvantage on it. A 10. Like it's
All right,
rocks.
you do not find any traps.
I'm like, it's not trapped. Your brain is not trapped. I pick it up. Is it heavy?
No, it's not. You figure it weighs maybe 5 pounds.
What does it smell like?
You take a whiff of it, and it smells a little like peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter. I have a nut allergy.
Are there any markings on it?
No, it just looks like a present with wrapping paper.
Well, Quint's gonna open it.
All right, so you open it up, and as you lift the lid, the sides fall away, and inside you see this tiny little monkey, and it jumps up, and it's got 2 little things in his hands, 2 little golf ball sized, and it jumps out of this thing, jumps on top of your head, Quint, looks around for a second, and chucks one at the unnamed and the other one at Tyrion, smacking them both dead on because they were given advantage by the chat. And it smacks you dead in the forehead for both the unnamed and Tyrion. And that was Clyde, the Poo-slinging monkey, courtesy of Ingorgio. Way back at the beginning of the session.
Yeah, it was an hour ago. An hour ago. And Gorgio may have fallen asleep. I don't know. Is he still here? Yeah, he's still here. So
He's making a sandwich.
sandwich. No, he ate that bitch already.
And that's a good place for a break.
All right, so we're gonna take a 10-minute break. So I'm gonna start a timer for not that button, this button. Let's do 21:45. Let's do a little bit longer because I gotta pee really bad. How's that? I'm gonna start a timer and then I'm gonna throw some music on and start the slideshow for you guys. And Gorgio says that was amazing. Oh, I'm still here. All right. We'll be back. Come back in like 10 minutes. We'll see you shortly. Sorry. I started to stream. This button, not that button. But I got it. See you guys shortly. Stop the music. Blinky, blink, blink, blink. I think most of us are back. So, welcome back to the second half of Empire of the Ghouls session. I forgot already. 9.
9.
Take it
All right, so
away.
you guys took out those skeletons and scared them off. So they ran off packing. You didn't kill them, the shadow skeleton, so you don't know what he had on him and his horse, but you do manage to scrounge up quite a few arrows from around. So I threw them in the party sheet. That's the only things of value that you were able to find were the arrows that were used by the skeletons.
So once
I'm
I'm sure
telling
that the shadow skeleton is gone, I'm going to start looking at where these undead came from and
Hmm.
see if are there crypts or does it seem to be just shallow graves, that type of thing.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Can I? Blink wants to go around with him and also check these out.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check too. All right. The two of you don't really have any issues figuring out that there the area around here, once you kind of scratch away a little bit at the dirt, it appears that this area might have been a battlefield. There are other broken bits of bones, and you find like rusted arrowheads and broken daggers and things. And you think that there was a significant battle here at some point in the distant past. They're not graves per se. Um, a lot of the skeletons that you saw rise up appeared to have been in little shallow depressions and then covered over with dirt, as if they were lying in wait.
Oh, good. I was worried we had wandered into a skeleton burial ground.
And is Tyrion still covered with this grossness?
No, that dissipated after 1 minute. Basically, what that did was every time he hit you with his scimitar, it did an extra 2d6 damage. And he got 2 attacks around.
Well, that's not cool.
Yeah.
This effect that you did to them, Nameless, is it permanent, or are they coming back?
They will be fleeing for 1 minute, and then they will be back to their own devices after that.
Well,
Whether they will return immediately, I do not know.
well, it looks like this is their ambush grounds. Maybe we need to get out of here quickly if we don't want to fight them more.
So we heard those voices over around the hill. We should go check that out?
The voices that the
Well,
skeletons were making?
Well, it probably was, but we should make sure, right?
Yeah, searching around, you don't see anything that looks alive, anything that looks like it could have made the voices.
I keep making him though every time Tyrion looks away, and I think it was around that ridge.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. So you guys continue on your journey, and we are on day 9 now. As you can see, you've progressed up along the path. You still got about another 7 or so days left before you get to Grisall. So you continue on your journey, and the next couple of days go by fairly smoothly. But on day 11, just kind of afternoon, you're traveling through some hilly areas, and the weather begins to turn really dark. And within minutes, the temperature is dropping, and it's getting dangerously low. The wind and the rain begin whipping up around you. Hail begins falling, and it quickly becomes obvious that you'll need to find shelter, and soon. Looking around, you see that there's an older path that leads off the main road and winds kind of towards what looks like a cave entrance.
Look
can we
there,
get?
a cave.
It's been a couple days, right? Can we get a long rest, John?
Yes, yes, I will push.
Thanks.
In fact, I'll push 2 of those. Yeah, so from here it looks like there's a cave, and the road, there's an off path on the road that seems to head kind of right towards it.
So just to clarify, I just want to see what your interpretation, because each DM does it a little differently. For the divine sense, it says as long as they are not in complete cover.
Mhm.
Does that mean if they're hidden or around corners and such, would I still be able to sense them? Or if I cannot see them, then I cannot sense them?
If the full cover condition would apply, then you would not sense them. So if they have partial cover or superior cover, you would sense them, or if they're in plain sight. If they were invisible, you could sense them, but you couldn't sense them if they are completely behind another barrier to the point where there is nothing of them exposed.
All right, well, I'm going to cast resistance on myself, and then when we get up to the mouth of the cave, I'm going to cast. Oh, I forgot, wrong guy. I'm going to cast benediction on Tyrion, and then when we get up to the mouth of the cave, I'm going to do my divine sense.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Push. All right. So as you wind your way closer to the cave entrance, it becomes fairly clear that this is actually an entrance to a mine. You can actually see there's like the wooden support struts and stuff. There's an opening to a mine. There's a few broken shacks just outside the mine area, but they don't appear to have roofs, and some of the walls have collapsed in. And there's a narrow door. Um, it's just like 4 feet wide or so, 3 to 4 feet wide, um, and what looked like an area where there might have used to be tracks, but you don't see any tracks in them right now.
So we probably assume that this mine is abandoned, or at least not active.
It certainly does not appear to be active in any way. There's no people around. You don't hear any noises coming from the mouth of the entrance, and yeah.
Is there anything that might indicate that the mine is unsafe, like structurally?
Um, you don't really know. You don't see anything obvious, like the timbers aren't broken or anything like that.
Was there any loose, like, wood around outside the cave we can use for firewood?
There's some of the old sheds that are there. You could certainly break off chunks of wall or whatever that remain. None of the roofs are intact, but there's enough, scrap wood. You could certainly light a fire.
Can we make a camp around one of the sheds that we just burned down? I think that'd be pretty metal.
Big bonfire. That'll counteract the blizzard.
Hopefully they're not using dynamite. That wasn't their dynamite storage shed.
Well, last call and
So it's
Tyrion
getting
are
pelted
in the
with its
front.
hail.
They're in the front of the marching order, so.
Yeah, and the hail is getting pretty serious now. It's golf ball sized, and starting to do damage if you stay out in it.
So I step into the entrance and use my divine sense. Do I sense anything?
All right, and that's 60 feet, right? You do
Yes, sir.
not.
I put it in the chat just in case.
Got it. 1 second.
Yeah, I say we hole up in this cave.
All right. So you get into the entrance of the cave. Let me push you a map, throw you into the main entrance, and I'll push you the map.
Blink is like finally comfortable. Like he hasn't been comfortable the whole time we've been outside, and once we get into the cave, he's like, "Yeah, this is better."
Quinn's like, I like the darkness, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely dark in here. There are no light sources. There's no light at all in this area. So those without dark vision, how are you seeing?
I will activate my drift globe that I got last session for the people who don't have dark vision.
Thank you.
Dark
I
vision
will rely
challenged.
on my compatriots.
All right.
And I will open up my hooded lantern. So, Blink, do you recognize the craftsmanship of this mine? And is it your people? Is it dwarves? Is it the humans?
Do I recognize anything?
The size, the make, the nearness to the dwarven kingdoms gives you a pretty good impression that this was a dwarven mine. And this main entrance area, there's kind of a rough-hewn room. The floor is still covered in a few inches of drying, stinking mud. It looks like the mine may have been flooded at one point. And there's a few dirt-encrusted carts sitting against the walls. There's 2 tunnels that lead away from the room to the north that you can see.
As we approached inside, what time of day was it getting to be? Did you say
It was just after noon.
Afternoon.
Yeah. Kind of midday.
Well, I think we should explore a little before we set up camp. We've got most of the day left. We all look outside. Doesn't look like we're
Yes,
going anywhere anytime soon.
I agree. We don't want to. We don't need to explore the whole cave,
Plus,
but we also.
there's
You never know what
tracks.
might be lurking in here.
The railroad goes this way. Points into the cave. There's tracks.
There could be
Yes,
bears.
you do see tracks leading up both little passageways, but the tracks on the right side, the eastern side, do appear to be covered in mud after a certain point.
Can we can we search the area, see if we see any like recent footprints? I think you said we didn't you?
Give me a investigation check or a survival check.
Yeah, I need to remove that effect on me.
Okay, you guys have no trouble. So you do see in the mud leading down the western tunnel, down this tunnel, there appear to be some markings in the mud as if one or more heavy objects were dragged down the western tunnel, although you don't see any tracks of any kind. It just looked like something heavy was dragged, but you don't see any footprints or anything like that.
Do any of these mine carts? It looks like there's a couple of them like laying here. Do any of those look like they might still function?
They're pretty badly rusted and in really bad shape. You doubt that they would actually roll.
Indiana Jones. Come on.
I-
We want to.
Now Blink thinks he might be able to fix them if he had enough time, but it's not really why we're here. So.
Walk up and down the tracks with prestidigitation to clean off the.
So Clint's gonna kind of slot through the mud and try to get to the corner and look down.
Okay.
Just kind of peek around the corner there. He's like, I'll
All
take
right.
a look.
As you peek around the corner, you move up just one more little step. I'll say you stick your head around, but you can move your token up just so you can see a little bit. You see the corridor turns off to the east, and then it goes. There's a few steps going downward, and then it ends in. Where is it? It ends in a bunch of rubble, a pile of rubble over there. The mud looks like it's fairly thick there. It's hard to kind of see what it's all what is all buried there, but there is a bunch of garbage and stuff buried in the mud.
Is that where you're talking all the way down at the end, or?
Yeah, all the way down
Yeah.
at the end there.
So just at
And
the
there's a
end in
few
my
other
dark
passages
vision.
that break
But
off to the north.
I can't see, and it looks like it turns north a couple of times and south a couple of times, maybe.
Yeah. There's two offshoots to the north, bigger offshoots here, one to the north and south, and then some narrower openings down towards the end of the tunnel.
Well, Quint's gonna kind of come back and tell the rest of the party what he sees down there. That there's two tunnels north, a tunnel south, debris. But whatever was dragging these, he couldn't make out any, the tracks. So Quint says, "You think it might
The dragging
be?"
was up the other tunnel.
Oh,
The
the other way.
dragging was up this tunnel.
I don't see any dragging on that tunnel. Perhaps we should check to see what's been dragging something. If it hasn't made prints, then either it's flying or maybe it's been climbing on the ceiling. Is it perhaps big spiders? It's definitely not a bear.
All right, I'll come with you. Let's check it out.
Do you have who's got a light source?
Unnamed has a lantern. 60 feet total, 30 feet dim, 30 feet bright.
Let me move up and look around the corner first, and then you bring in your light and examine the ceiling, because I would have disadvantage. Just say it. Just say it. So Quint's gonna actually drag the map off the table. He's gonna come up here and kind of peek around the corner. Uh-oh, it's a penis tunnel. It's a penis tunnel.
All right, so you get up to there, and just kind of for clarification, if you're in the center path where that track is, then the floor is passable. Anywhere where it breaks off, branches off, or goes away from that central area is going to be difficult terrain. It's still the very muddy, very deep mud. As you can see, that it appears that there was a attempt to mine down here, but it stopped. You don't see anything down there. The tunnel does curve a little bit towards the north.
So I'll kind of wave them forward, those that are lagging behind. And I'll keep
I
moving.
suppose. I love that you
Hold
guys
on.
want to investigate every place we trespass in.
If we're gonna sleep here, we
And
don't want something dragging us off into the mud in the middle of the night.
Quint, as you get there, you see some. You have dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have good dark vision.
Yeah.
You see crawling on the ceiling. It looks like some large wasps.
So I'll like throw up my hand and kind of move back a little and whisper to Tyrion. Wasps. Big.
They don't appear to be aware of you yet.
On the ceiling.
Let's just go back out in the snow. I don't like these guys.
I don't like flying bugs. And I'm gonna ease my bow off my shoulder.
The
Kinda,
tunnel's only about 6 feet high, so it's not super high. It's
yeah.
dwarf height.
Oh, it's only 6 feet high.
Mhm.
I don't. Then I think I'm gonna
Or you
slide my.
need to duck.
Instead of that, I'm gonna slide my weapons out.
Okay.
And I kind of wave them forward.
And Quint, can you give me a perception check?
At disadvantage?
No.
Is it dark? No. 14.
Okay. Beyond the wasp, you can kind of just make out from where you're at, kind of in this area. You see what looks like a small-ish corpse. I think it might be a dwarf.
Does he look like he's been here a while?
Yeah.
I'm like, they look like they haven't eaten in a while. I say. The dwarf's all shriveled up. They might be hungry.
Well, the
Giant
dwarf actually
wasp.
looks a little bloated.
He's swelled up from the poison.
And it's full of larvae.
Our tokens are locked, so I think that's why we're like at a standstill.
Yep. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. And they are not aware of you yet, so we'll just proceed in initiative order. So we'll start off with Tyrion. What do you want to do?
Ooh, so I can't really see them from where I am right now. I think I'm gonna just very sneaky try to move up a little bit so I can see them.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Deerquit's like, fuck, watch out. You step right in a puddle.
Your foot slips off the track, slips right into a puddle, squish, 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 squish.
Ah, shoot. And I just say to myself, like, this should make you angry. Why aren't you angry? And I'm gonna throw a javelin at one of these wasps.
Okay. All right, you chuck it at the wasp. You hit it kind of right in its thorax. It's got a little javelin sticking out of it. As they
Now it
are
has two
now,
stingers.
yes, is that double its attacks? So now they are. Here we go. Aware of you, as giant wasp 1 flies down. And comes to there. And tries to sting you with his stinger. And hits you. Injects it right into your bicep. Doing 7 points of damage. And you feel this poison enter into you. And you make a saving throw versus poison as it burns through, and you succeed, but you still take a little bit of damage from it.
Wow.
So you take 5 more points of poison damage from the giant wasp.
All right. Go up there, see what I can see down that hallway.
Would you move me into a square that I probably would be in? Just because of squares.
Okay. Is that
Just
good?
because of squares, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna, as a bonus action, use Healing Word on Tarian. It's always useful to have tiny friends.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna, as my action, cast a cantrip. Offer that wasp a beer. Oh my gosh.
How did you have disadvantage?
I have no
Did
idea.
you? No, you didn't. Oh, that's right, because it rolls. You're rolling both the Constitution save at the same time as the attack. Gotcha.
Oh, okay, so I hit it. All right, sorry.
The attack roll missed.
Okay. Oh, it failed the. Oh yeah, I get it now. Sorry.
If you would have hit, it would have failed.
Yeah.
I think.
It's weird. It's rolling them in the reverse order.
All right. I want to move up to right about there.
Okay.
And then I will summon the cannon. All right, and he's going to give out some temporary hit points. Ooh, that's terrible.
It can only get better.
Yeah, right? And so that was my action, but Blink sees Tyrion is having a hard time getting angry. So he says, Tyrion, you've got a lot to be angry about. You're not well liked. You're abrasive and off-putting. You try to say pithy things, but your wit is a hindrance, and therefore nothing you say is provocative. It's just mixed metaphors.
Did you just
Wow.
viciously mock Tyrion? Is that...
Did you need a saving throw?
All right, so I'm going to say a quick prayer to Sif. It did not apply it correctly. Anyway, so I'm going to move. That'll give me a speed of 45.
Okay.
So because I was running so fast, did I get there in time to get the temporary hit points? Right as it.
Run into a goop.
You run right as the effect fades.
There we go. That worked. All right, so now I'm going to slash at this thing with my go flying past everybody, jump over the cannon.
Is that burst of speed a bonus action?
That is a channel divinity. You can use your. That's a good question. It's my channel divinity. Let me double check. It doesn't have it in my little explanation here.
I think they're usually actions, if I remember correctly.
That's what I think.
Just like turning is an action.
It is action. Yep. So my bad. Never mind. Fine. Max damage. I take it all back.
Are you still gonna run up there?
Oh yes. It's impressive though. Do a little run, dive over the cannon, come up next to Tyrion. Sup?
You had this vision in your head of what you're gonna do next round.
I'm gonna save that one for next round. Bank it. All right. So Giant Wasp 8 comes flying over and sees a tasty little morsel named the Unnamed, and comes by and tries to sting you.
I am a seer, so that could be a vision.
And he returns the crit that you didn't actually do. Also rolling max damage, but you maintain concentration on your spell, and you feel the poison enter you. But you make your saving throw, so you only take half of your damage. And you still succeed despite having that poison damage coursing through you.
Yay, so Tyrion is still protected.
Yes. So this wasp basically comes down here. He can't get to you. Okay. Quint.
Well, can I like attack from occupied squares and then move back with my bonus action as disengaging?
You can, but you'd provoke.
Well, I can disengage as a bonus, so I don't provoke.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack
An ally square.
Giant Wasp number 1 with my short sword. Oops. Pushed the wrong button. Short sword. Ooh, that's a hit. Doing some short sword damage with some sneak attack love and killing it. And then I'll move back and pass my turn.
All right. And this one will come down here and see that juicy morsel that has already been tenderized somewhat. And he's also going to go after the unnamed. As he attempts to sting and hits, stabbing him right in the gut. As the unnamed goes down, and you feel that poison kind of gushing into you. But I mean, you're dead. And you're not sure why. You're also stabilized. I don't know why your token is so huge.
They want to suck you dry while you're alive. He's ripped. With his
All right,
7
I
strength.
will come up to here. And we're going to bring the unnamed back to life. So I will touch his body and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Oh, it was almost an 8.
He's tiny now.
Okay.
He Clyde?
Oh my goodness, what is going on with the token? So you heal him, and he regains some of his hit points. But you are still poisoned.
Oh, I should have gave him the bonus hit points first. Damn it.
No, now I give him the bonus hit points. Because, oh, maybe I should have done it first. I don't know. But, either way, yeah, as a bonus action, I will now give out some temporary hit points.
Ooh, nice. We like 10. Makes a nice, even little number.
And then I'll move back, I think, out of the way.
All right, I'm gonna turn to Tyrion to just go, ouch, but thank you, and rage. And I'll go after this giant wasp again with my battle axe.
Okay.
Got a little mud
Okay,
on your
you
hands.
hit.
You hit?
With a, oh, I thought it was a fumble. Oh, you
I thought
re-rolled
it-
ones. You
I
must
was
Yeah,
have.
halfling reroll
I
one.
thought it was a 1, and I was like, oh, I missed. Oh no, I'm good. Okay.
Up
She
with
like
that.
chops it in half. Tyrion chops it in half. Choppy chop. Yeah, what's up with your big tokens?
I don't know what's going on. It's when it's resizing them with the when it does the square. It didn't do that on the last map.
I
I
gave
wonder if
up
this
on
map's just too low resolution.
I gave up on any of those token pops up when died. I went through like 3
Hmm.
of them. I'm like, whatever.
This
I
one
could
has
just
been the
delete the
most
token.
stable of all the ones that I've used. Um, so the giant wasp comes flying down and sees the unnamed is actually laying on the ground there and has this kind of weird bloated look to him
A
as he was
twitch,
injected by the poison.
poison twitch.
He's twitching, but he can't really move, which he'll find out on his turn. And this one attacks Tarion as he attacks and misses with his stinger. So the unnamed, you are poisoned and paralyzed. You find although you're alive, you're awake, you cannot move.
All right. Do I make a save at the end of my turn?
You do not.
Do I see that he's blinking, or does he look alive?
You see he's breathing.
Okay. All right. Well,
But
Quint's gonna try not to step on his head as he moves up and takes a swipe with his short sword at number 3 there, or tries to stick him. Shot! Shot! Well, that was a little laggy. Sticks him with his short
yeah,
sword for 15 points of damage, and then he's going to disengage and move back again.
okay.
And that's his turn.
Oh, yay. Just gonna join the scrum. Shout insults at Giant Wasp 3. Your stinger is dumb and your stripes make you look fat, but it doesn't work.
You didn't get the right. It was buzz 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 buzz, not buzz 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 buzz. You didn't say it right.
All right. So this one is going to fly, basically ignoring the unnamed at this point, and he's going to fly down here and attack Quint. Stabbing at you with a stinger and
Ouch!
hitting. Doing 7 points of damage, which are all absorbed by the hit points, temp hit points that you have. However, you do succeed on the saving throw, so you're only going to take half damage of the. Oh!
Wow.
You still take max roll. Ouch.
But I
And
only
after
took
all that, you're
6,
still just barely hurt.
right?
25 points of damage, and you took 6. I think that bee sting is going to give you a really bad Charlie horse later on.
Right? Blink's like, Quint's got his swords out. He's trying to hold it back. It's like spewing poison on him, like in his mouth and shit. He's like, spits half of it out.
My
Uh,
EpiPen is in my pouch.
so first, let's give some temporary hit points to everybody.
It's
Not
one
bad.
better than last time.
No, he did. He did a 6 last time,
Oh,
or I would have taken more damage.
All right, and Blink will take a shot at this wasp that's right in front of him and Quint. All right, and with Clockwork Bolt, hold on. There. Basically, the gist is that unless he removes the crossbow bolt that is now sticking out of him, at the end of his next turn, it pops open and saw blades deal an extra 1d8 slashing damage to him.
Nice.
It's like, what's that movie where the thing would have saw blades chase after you?
I don't know
Forget
that movie.
It's like
Phantasm.
no, they're like under the ground. They're like, and they pop up and they just. I'll think of it.
All right, so this giant wasp still there, and he's still going after Quint. Wants a meal. And Quint dodges out of the way, sticks into the ground, kind of gets mud all over it. As this one is still going after Tyrion.
And at the end of his turn, he takes some damage from the
Yes.
saw
Go
blades.
ahead. Since he doesn't have hands to really pull him out.
Trying to bite it with his
All
mandible.
right. And this one is going after Tyrion, trying to stab into him again. And misses.
Quint, this thing's like all in Quint's face, and he's gonna try to stick it with his short sword, and it dodges out of the way, so he like swipes at it, and then he comes back around with his dagger in his other hand, and catches it.
That
Nice.
hits.
Stick it in the thorax for 13.
As you stab
And,
that thing and it falls down, twitching, there's a little bit of poison still leaking out of its stinger, dripping down into the mud.
And he says, I think Nameless is still alive. Last call.
All right, I'm gonna try the insult again with a better Buzz accent, with Quint's advice. Buzz, 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 buzz. Ah.
It's buzz, 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 buzz. You didn't quite get it.
Now you
Unnamed
have to
is
shake your stinger along with the buzz, so it didn't translate.
Is farting? Can you do that as when you're paralyzed? Can he just like?
well, you can't take actions or reactions, so you could probably,
You can talk.
uncontrolled reactions.
All right, I'm gonna hack at this guy with my battle axe. Oh, and I miss.
Damn it, Beavis.
Missed again. Cannon. And you get to go
Oh.
again.
It's a redo.
Yeah, it was like, oh, oops. Let's try that one more time. Oh, and I get to reroll though, and I miss again.
You swing and you kind of slip in the mud. You fall on the unnamed a little bit and stumble and step on his leg.
I think
So wait,
Tyrion
did
has a
you-
problem with wasps. I don't think he likes wasps.
Yeah.
Did you re-roll a 1 and roll a 1? Is that what
Yeah.
happened there?
Yes.
Roll double ones.
So that's my third one in this encounter. I think this encounter hates me.
You don't
1
like
in
wasps.
400 chance of that.
All right, temporary hit points.
Never tell us the odds. There's a 1 in 8 chance you're gonna roll a 2. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. All right, and
12.5%.
He's done it like 3 times tonight, though.
yeah, it hasn't been great. So this thing it seems like it's looking. This wasp looks like it probably isn't looking great at this point. So rather than use his cantrip, he's just going to not move at all and like line up his shot to give himself advantage.
Some
Okay.
aiming. Nice.
You'll have a -2 because the unnamed really isn't in your way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ah, that hits. And you kill the beast.
And 4 hit points.
It did. So you see these wasps go down. We are out of initiative, and I have unlocked tokens. And the unnamed is still laying there, paralyzed.
Does he have any coins on him or anything? I'm gonna
Go through
Can
his
we-
pockets for
pockets.
loose change.
Yeah.
Can we check
He's
him
just
out and see
watching.
if we could figure out what's wrong with him?
Yeah,
we're
give
gonna.
me a medicine check.
The first thing I think we should do is get him out of the mud.
Oh, before you do that, I can give you bardic inspiration.
It's the old, can you move your feet? Can you move your legs at all? Well, then you won't be needing these boots.
Does this hurt when I poke you in the leg here? Can you feel this?
All right, let's see if I need it. Oh, I think I'll save that bardic inspiration.
All right. So you think that this type of giant wasp likes to lay their eggs in living hosts. And so its poison will paralyze its enemies. Anytime the poison would kill you, instead it actually makes you stable and paralyzed until the wasp gets a chance to lay its eggs in you. And you do think it'll wear off, but you're not sure how long.
I look at the unnamed and I say, "You're what we call a goner."
You've been injected.
But it did not get a chance to lay its eggs in you, so you got that going for you.
Can we like prop him up in the corner over here or something? Would he stand up if we leaned him up in the wall?
You wedge him in there,
Well,
squeeze him in
if we
tight.
get him in the hallway, I think he would slide and fall over. So if we like stood him, at least he's not laying on the ground in the mud.
Yeah,
I could rig
you
something
could
up.
prop him up.
Put a hammock across the freaking hallway.
Look, I have a whole ability that's about rigging stuff up, so I
Well-
could totally rig up something that'll keep him upright.
I guess we could put 2 sticks under his arms and shove him into the mine wall, right? So he's just like.
Well, the mine shaft has these the bracings and stuff that are up at the top, so you could certainly, nail some ropes up and then kind of hang him like a puppet, so he doesn't flop over.
Can we do a weekend at Bernie's? I mean, can we get him going?
Please.
Yeah, let's bring him with us. This is great.
He can talk, right?
Yes, he can talk. He can speak. Paralyzed.
He's just
doesn't
like,
allow
I
you to-
hate you guys.
He's just not saying
You guys
anything. We're like,
suck.
it's wearing off. We push on his chest and he says, "True love."
Oh, cannot speak. Can't move or speak. Incapacitated and can't move or speak.
Do you have anything that will help you in your backs?
Blink once for yes and twice for no.
Burp for yes and fart for no.
On command.
Come on, you can fart. You can do it. Well, I think maybe we'll go check out what's up here real quick, and then if we don't see anything immediately, maybe go back and camp or something and see. What do you guys
All right.
Sounds
So
good.
the main thing
Yeah.
that you can see from there are a number of. Oh, it prevented you. I'm just gonna take the effect off you, but you're still paralyzed. What were you trying to cast?
I was just correcting my hooded lantern to be
Oh, okay.
the lantern of revealing, just in case we have an invisible creature trying to sneak up on us.
All right. The main thing that you see from there, Tarian, you can see kind of in the light, and Quint, of course, can see in the darkness there, is the corpses. You actually think there may be more than one, stuffed into these little side channels.
I'd like to search the corpses.
All right.
And then after that, we should dispose of the corpses in case they're full of eggs.
Yeah, when you get close, you do see that underneath the skin there seems to be movement, little indentations and depressions of something wriggling under the dwarves' skin. But you do find a bunch of stuff. The dwarves did have some goods with them. Among them, you find a gold ring, a silver neck chain, and 2 potions of healing, along with some money. I'm going to add those to the party sheet. So there you go. You guys can move up. I've unlocked tokens.
Oh, it's shaped like a hand. Creepy.
I already have 2 potions of healing. I don't know.
I'll take them. I like to drink.
Yeah, last call.
Shot.
Yeah, well, I think maybe last call and Quint should get one. How's that?
I suppose.
The unnamed has 1.
Hold on, Tarian, before you get on up there.
Yeah,
Because
before we move out of this area, Blink wants to like burn these corpses or something to destroy these eggs.
Okay.
And I
Do you
took the
have like
jewelry without any shame or guilt.
fire spell or anything like that? How are you burning multiple corpses?
I don't actually. Do you guys have anything?
I have flint and steel. A flask of oil.
I could just mash them up with the broadside of my axe.
I'll try to
Gross.
insult their bodies into tiny pieces.
You have to cast it 1 by 1 on each grub.
So I have alchemist supplies with me. I assume there's something flammable in there that I could use as like an igniter before I use like some flint and steel to set them ablaze.
Okay, yeah. The unnamed, do you have oil for your lantern?
Quint's got oil. He's got 2 bottles. He'll give 1 up.
No,
Oh,
I
there we
used
go.
up my last oil already on it.
All right. Then yeah, you guys have no trouble burning them. While you guys are working on that, Tarian, you kind of move up the hallway just a little bit, kind of peek around, and you see something up there. Actually, 2 of these. I shared an image with you of what you see. They're kind of large, medium-sized, and weirdly looking. They look like they're biting onto some of the rock, like chunks of rock there.
Do I know really what they are?
You've never heard of these before. You've never seen anything like this in your life.
I'm gonna, kind of yell back. Well, turn and tell everybody like, oh, there's some weird things up here, bug-like things that are eating rock.
Bug-like things eating rock.
All right, last call. You can kind of make out one of them too. This is what you're seeing.
Kind of looks delicious to a bird.
How long do we think it'll be before the unnamed is back to being able to move around?
You're not sure.
I think it's permanent. Till the eggs hatch that they laid in him.
Just cast Thunderwave here and cause a cave in, and we don't have to worry about it.
Quint doesn't know. Quint's like a wasp, a big wasp.
They are not paying any attention to you. They don't seem to be aware of your presence at this point. Gonna do anything?
Throw a rock. Clap my hands as loud as I can right behind Tyrion's head.
Well, we can try to ambush them, or we just go back to the entrance and hope they don't come down looking for us.
I mean, they're eating rocks, so they probably aren't going to eat flesh.
Unless it's like a reverse scenario and our flesh is like salt for their rocks.
Yeah, why don't we go back towards the front? We can set a watch, and if they start coming up, we can go after them then.
Quint's like, all right. And he'll move over and pick up the unnamed
Okay.
by the strings. Try to get him to go down the hallway. If it doesn't work, he'll just carry him. But I'm just saying.
You weekend at Bernie's. Can you weekend at Bernie's him casting a spell? Each individual finger on a string.
And I think we can maybe drag a couple of these mining carts and line them up to block the tunnel.
They're mostly pretty broken. Some of them are half buried, but you might be able to get one or two. It won't completely block the tunnel up, though.
Well, it might slow somebody down or pinch them into trying
provide
to
some
step
cover
over 'em.
a little bit.
Unless they're wasp and they can just fly over them. I mean, Quint never saw the creature, so he doesn't know. All he knows is here something's eating rocks. Let's go back.
All right, so you get back down to the entrance. The roaches do not follow you. This is what they saw.
Nice. That's a pretty cockroach. How big was the thing?
About 4.5 feet.
Jesus.
And there were two of them.
Almost the size of the ones they get in Florida, right?
Yeah, right. Can we
Metaverse,
train one for Blink to ride? I mean,
oh my gosh,
actually,
yes.
Blink, you've actually heard of these things before. They're primarily an underground thing, and you've heard stories as a kid about these things. They're called rock roaches, and you don't know a whole lot about them other than they're primarily underground. They eat rock. They're generally pretty nasty tempered. They attack like anything that invades their territories. But the one thing you do know about them and you've heard about is that their carapaces can be turned into an especially durable type of hide armor. You can harvest their carapaces and then produce this hide armor that covers the chest and shoulders in this tough, shiny stuff. So it's a new armor type that is available by using their bodies.
I will let everybody know about that then. Once they explain, describe these things to Blank, he's like, oh, I know what that is, and I can totally turn them into this armor if anybody wants that.
Quint's
Is
like,
good for druids.
Quint's like,
But we don't have
I
any
would
druids.
not wear cockroach armor. I'm sorry. It would
AC
be
14 plus
station.
Dex mod.
Could you make me a cockroach cat piece? A cock piece?
Yeah. Oh my god. Not anymore. No.
The armor does typically retail for about 200 gold.
What you said? It's AC 14 plus Dex.
14 plus Dex modifier.
With like a limit or not?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, maximum 2. Maximum 2.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Does it have a stealth
No. No stealth
disadvantage?
penalty. Nope.
Well, they might be valuable to sell, but it doesn't sound like any of us are actually going to use that. So,
Well, they
Yeah,
could be very deadly too, you know, and they could be eating us instead of us making shield out of them.
that's true.
They're strong enough to bite through rock.
Right? It looks like they're zapping it too, like bzzz, with something. Some
It's
juice
an
or
acid.
some
They
juice
spit
or
out
something,
acid that
yeah.
dissolves it and then sucks it up.
Like a fly. Barfs on it.
All right, so you guys, are you gonna hang out and take a rest until you figure out what's wrong with the unnamed?
Well, let's first take a short rest. How's that? We'll take a short rest and see if the unnamed starts to get any better. If he can start to yell at us for, you know, making him dance.
All right, well, a short rest is all it takes, and he is no longer affected.
So
Yeah, that wasp poison is nasty. It only produces that long effect if it kills you. Any other normal attack by it, if it doesn't kill you, it doesn't affect you for an hour.
Shouldn't the short rest have taken away our temporary hit points?
Short rest, they're there till they're there.
Only a long rest does.
Well, for
Temporary
some
hit points
reason,
are forever.
oh, man, for some reason
until
I
you get a
thought
long rest.
they went away at a short rest. So, never mind.
I mean,
Well,
if yours says they do, then Fantasy Grounds wouldn't know that, and we'd have to delete them.
No, it doesn't say that. The cannon is gone, but the temporary hit points should remain. So,
Yep.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a song to help us rest?
Oh yeah, I do. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have Song of Rest.
Yeah, I think I'll burn a hit die. Since I'm down 6. So I get a hit die plus 2.
Okay, and this is actually, we're a couple of minutes early, but I think this is a good spot to wrap up for today. And then we'll come back in a couple of weeks after Drake has his birthday.
Box? Why isn't the modifier box working? What's up with that?
Is it need to be moved slightly? Sometimes things
Maybe.
overlap and
Huh. Alright, well, I'll just do it manually. I was just going to add a 2 in the modifier box and then roll hit die and see if that actually works, but... Alright, so... I'm fully healed. Alright, cool. So, this was Empire of the Ghouls. Thanks, Matakuri. Great session. I liked it. We're going to pick this up in 2 weeks. We'll be back at 8 o'clock on Friday night. But tomorrow night, we are resurrecting Rob from his coma and his hibernation that he does every year for 4 weeks. And he's going to stream us playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, Back to the Cold. I'll be DMing that over on Rob's stream at 9 Eastern on Rob2E. Let me throw you his information right there in chat. And then Sunday I'm off. It's my birthday next week, so I've got family coming in, but Sunday we're off for another reason. But Tuesday we will be gaming. We will be Princes of the Apocalypse right here, 8 o'clock. And then Thursday I won't be gaming because that is my birthday. I'll be having probably some kind of seafood since we're going out to dinner. And Friday I won't be gaming, and Saturday I will be gaming because I made an exception. I told my family that's coming into town I am a nerd on Saturday night because I want to run Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden again. And then Sunday, done and back to regular schedule after that. So let's see. Is there anybody we want to raid? Rob is streaming. Is that true?
Dungeons and Mad Mage.
Oh yeah, let's go
Appreciate
over
your
there.
hard work, Matty Curie. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Happy
right,
birthday,
thank
Drake.
you. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Drake.
thanks. Thanks. If I don't talk to you, I'll have my happy 50th too. So say goodbye to the stream, everybody. Say goodbye. All right,
Goodbye,
thanks,
stream.
stream.
Good night.
All right.
We'll see you guys later.